Szewczaks. It's me, Maja Szewczak, and welcome to another Idea Sunday. Today we'll be working with this butterfly. But before that, I will try to smoothen it with new scissors. My old ones broke, so have to use new ones. I had to cut the detailing off, although there's really pretty effects in between those bubbles that I've removed from it. I'll try to keep it, but for now I'll just keep on smoothing this side. Okay, we've said goodbye to all these bubbles, but what we will try not to say goodbye to, the iridescent effect that's left over. I cut up the butterfly because I'm planning to do something different than a butterfly. But what exactly? Watch Brainstorm with Maja Szewczak and find out. Hello! Welcome to Brainstorm with Maja Szewczak. Let me explain you it now. Because you're just about to find out how I was having Teapot double trouble with coming up with ideas on how to use the pieces. Get ready! First of all, during the art block, I came up with an oyster and a pearl for some reason. But I thought, would they need that? Because my last 3 brain cells were oyster and pearl for some reason while I was trying to come up with the idea to keep that iridescence. Until that helped me with my brain cells of coming up with the ideas. Then I looked at this teapot decoration. It's not a real teapot, but it has sequins in it. This is how I've decorated it, and I thought of trying something similar. So that's what I started to have in mind. A teapot, but instead of yellow, blue. However, the problem was this is too small for Astrid Fizz. At least too small for a table for Astrid Fizz. How is that going to be a table? It took some brain cells to figure it out. So then I thought of it being the table and then the handle, a chair plus pillow. Then I came up with a bowl to be the top of the table. Idea 4 is with a spoon, but didn't like the spoon idea, so I scrapped the spoon, and idea 5 was a version without it. And I was thinking I could use these pieces as the cherry decoration for the inside, which honestly could work, because I want to use all of these in the project. Okay, so now with it all figured out, I'm going to look at this teapot. It helps me know exactly where things are. Like things like parts of the project. And I'm going to cut those pieces more cherry shaped. That's more like it. Just going to glue it on. And now I'm going to add some thread to it. Some thread leftovers. Find some black thread that I'm going to cut and then glue onto the cherries. Put on. It's now time to add this piece of plastic to it. After applying glue, we're going to let that dry. I was trying to make this a table, and I was considering things for Astrid Fizz's garden. So I'm going to cut this piece to do another cherry side for the project. It's been cut up. I'm going to glue that on. To complete the cherries. Like this. I still have this piece of plastic. In fact, I'm going to add it in. So I'm going to glue it on. Oh wow, look at that! Accomplishment. However, it has to dry in order for me to do more. This is kind of small for Astrid Fizz table. So, in a case of emergencies like this, I've cleaned out a tub of glitter glue that's empty, just for occasions like these. Good thing I did so, because that will help the table be the right size for Astrid Fizz. Although it's a small table, it could still work. So that makes it a good thing I considered this. However, the table was supposed to be purple, but it's black. That's fine, I can just paint over it white and then use a purple marker to solve that problem. I have white paint and I'm painting the black cap of this white, just so I could get a clean white canvas. I will also apply glue so that stays on it. Hopefully it will, but I'm painting it so it's purple because purple won't come out on this black background. Just like I did a pink suitcase out of those black ones in Dollhouse Life Hacks Season 1. So before getting it pink, I had to paint it with acrylic paint because of the black plastic that it's being used in this. So that's why. I may also do layers to make it opaque, although that acrylic paint is quite opaque. It's this brand and it's called Titanium White. For those who are wondering about this, what paint I am using right now and what brand is it by. I've picked it up at the range and I live in Northern Ireland, so that's why. And once that is painted, it's time to let it dry. Well, the plastic wasn't fitting in this, so looks like we're going to have to glue it inside this. Before the cherries dry, this would help it fit, so I had to cut plastic because there's major adjustments I needed to do to it, so I had to do this, although I liked the plastic. Cherry still had to scrap it because of this. But it's fine, it's fine, it's fine. Maybe I could use that idea in another project. Just not for a table. So that still looks... Wow, look at that. That, however, looks even better. Because we're making a table. But okay, this has to dry first of all. And second of all, what about the handle and this for the chair? They're still figuring out to do. I've made a handle for this. Time to glue it on. Like this piece goes on. However, it has to dry upside down before I can glue on the other part, which requires patience. But it's part of the process. I had to glue in a tissue that is clean but just has paint stains and glue stains all over it to maximize the effect of it drying and staying on. The first layer of white paint and the glue has dried. I'm thinking I remember adding a bit of layers to this pink suitcase, but I don't remember exactly how many. Due to the video, yes, being publicly on the internet, but my memory of how many layers I have done in it just got lost there. In that video where I've made the pink suitcase. But I do remember making it, but not how many layers of it. But it was opaque enough to cover all the black color under the pink. However, that can depend on how opaque your paint is, because different acrylic paints have different opacity and different quality, so you want to keep that in mind. Keep that in mind to consider how many layers of acrylic paint will you need to do. Because the more opaque of a paint, the less you will have to do with the layers of paint. Okay, I got a bit on the teapot table, so I'm going to mask it away so I don't get paint on it. I regret not doing it on the first layer, but anyways, since that's masked away, where I don't want it painted, that's like a good way of not painting what you don't want it painted. So I'm going to paint on another layer of white paint on the top of it. Hopefully it would be the amount of layers that are required in order to get it just the color I want, but white is just the base. So just the base before adding purple. And I'm going to paint here. Just masked what I don't want painted. Oh wow, look at the amount of paint on the masking tape. Good thing I've done it. However, now this has to dry before I can do another thing with it. I'm just checking if it has dried. In the time while it was drying, I've also made the teapot handle for the chair part of the table. I'm going to take off the masking tape to see how it looks. And it looks like this. I have to clean it up a bit. Cleaned. And after that's cleaned, we're going to color this in purple. We're going to get a purple marker and we're going to color purple the white base of what I've painted. Colored purple. Now it's time to add the handle. I'm going to flip it to this side because I'll be gluing this on, because that's actually glass and there's no other way around it. Although I would prefer to be able to stitch it, but we can't. Just like we sometimes can't choose. Beggars can't be choosers. So we're going to glue this on. I did try to pierce holes for sewing, but I failed because of the glass. Although I did try to do it, but I failed. That's okay. These things happen. You just have to learn from experience. In these cases, because you'll never know if you never try. Talking about how I would prefer to be able to stitch it. Oh well. Oh well. Glued on. Time to let it dry. I can still see the cherries, although that container is getting really cloudy for some reason. And I'm hoping to fix it because I don't want it that cloudy. I've used the kitchen cleaner to try to get that cloudiness out of it. And I had to take out the cherries and this and all the parts. But oh well. At least I've tried. Now I'm going to glue those cherries back in, hoping that they will not become that cloudy. I really hope so. So into it went. And now that needs to dry. The handle and this had to be taken apart in order for it to be cleaned. And now I'm going to work on the handle. I was actually a bit struggling with that problem. so that's why the video may take twists and turns like these. When problems arise, then videos can take such twists and turns like this. I wasn't expecting it, but oh well. Life can be like full of unexpected twists and turns as well as projects sometimes. So, going to glue that in. I still have this, but it's not enough for cherries. But oh well, I can do a strawberry. What about a strawberry? A blue strawberry in the handle. It will be inspired by that teapot anyways, although I was going with it just being purple. However, strawberries could also work. I hope it's not glidey. I can't see through it. I'm going to have to do this. This feels like this should be in Translucent Monday instead of in this Idea Sunday for some reasons. Like, speaking of life's unexpected twists and turns, that's what I'm talking about now. And that's what I've gotten myself into with it. An unexpected twist and turn. I also have... Oops, wrong color. I also have this green rhinestone that I could glue on like this for the strawberry leaves. And yes, I can now see in the handle the blue strawberry and the green rhinestone, but the green rhinestone is more noticeable, so to bring up the visibility of this even more, I'm going to use a cobalt blue marker to help it be more visible. Okay, that's fixed. I'm going to glue it on. Done. Let's now see. Better. However, the position I'm trying to fix, but that's already an improvement. So I will also add another green flower rhinestone that works really well for my strawberry decorations. So into it goes. And we're going to let it dry. I've colored that last piece blue, gray, purple, and now I'm going to let this dry completely. I feel like this needs at least 5 days to dry, so I'm going to do it for the best. I've tried it as a chair for Astrid Fizz, but it doesn't look safe, so I will use a simple chair that will not be in this episode, but I'm just going to use this as a decoration for the table, which is also a good idea. But what about the table? Because it can still be a table. The handle dried better than I thought. However, there's still more work to do on this. And I think I'll decorate the spout of the teapot before adding the bowl. The giant bowl that takes up the entire table to it. I'm drawing with markers even more of these strawberries to complete the look that I was going for at the time when I was figuring out how I'm going to use the rest of the cabochon I cut up. And that's what I'm doing. So, strawberries they must become. So, I'm adding dots on the strawberries. Done. And now I'm going to add a bit of purple to it. Purple dots. Done. And now I'm going to add cardboard to turn this piece into a bowl. I glued on the cardboard, but it wasn't holding it well, so I had to also use sticker labels to keep it together. Now it's time to let the glue inside dry. The inside of the bowl I colored pink, but now we're going to do purple for the outside of it. And once that is done, we're going to add a finishing touch. Pink glitter glue, pink Elmer's glitter glue. To finish it off, I'm going to add glue, and we're going to paint the glitter before calling it finished, because it almost is. Along with the Elmer's glue, I added the heart-shaped glitter all over the spout and the bowl of the table. Now it needs to dry, and oh wow, I need a patio to depict this better for before and after photos. And Szewczak, that's the finished product of the teapot. Please tell me what you think of it, because that took a lot of twists and turns in order with the direction this project was taking. But whether it took so many twists or turns or not, it turned out actually really good, although this part is not a chair for Astrid Fizz, but that's fine. I can make her another one. So anyways, please tell me what you think of this. And I have no words to say other than bye, Szewczaks. See you in another video. Bye.